I want to run through what this section in Delta Math is asking because sometimes it's just the directions that make for a little frustration. And I know there's help videos that Delta Math provides, but I also know sometimes it's nice to hear my voice. So when you're going through this, they're going to give you a function, and then they're going to ask you to write the limit or the derivative of it using that limit definition that we talked about. And so they actually already start the process for you. These can be tough to type in, so they do this part and say, well, okay, the limit as h goes to 0, and then your job is to basically do the rest of the derivative formula. So what that means is you're going to take f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. When you're typing it into your bar here for Delta Math, you want to make sure that entire numerator is together. So you want to start with parentheses, and then it gives you a square root button, any like uncommon button or tough to find button they'll put for you. So x plus h, and then there's still a minus 3. So that's f of x plus h. And then minus, I need to kind of leave the parentheses and do minus, or not leave the parentheses, but leave the square root and do minus. Then the square root of the original function, so that's f of x. So that numerator is f of x plus h minus f of x, and then hit division, and it's all over h. So that's what it wants you to do. It wants you to rewrite your function as x plus h with it, minus the original function over h, and submit. There is one other type of problem in this. Let me see if I can find one. Here we go. So this one wants to know what the derivative would be using the limit, but then it wants you to put -7 in for x. So instead of thinking of it as x plus h that you're putting in, you're actually putting -7 plus h. So this is what this would look like. So again, I have a big numerator that I want to keep together. So it's going to be 5, and then in parentheses, in parentheses, it's going to be -7 plus h, -7 plus h cubed. If you don't know how to do an exponent on Delta Math, you can hit second and the 6 button. It'll put that little caret up there, cubed. And then minus 3. And instead of x, we're going to put -7 plus h. And that is going to be to the 5th power. So we're going to do second 6, 5th power. And then we're going to do minus the original function, putting -7 in. So 5, and I'll type in -7 to the 3rd, and then minus 3 times -7 to the 5th. Lots of parentheses going on, and this whole thing is going to be divided by h. Let me make sure I got it all here. So 5 times -7 plus h cubed minus 3 times -7 plus h to the 5th minus this whole quantity, 5 times -7 cubed minus 3 times -7 to the 5th all over h. There we go. Obviously, lots of parentheses. And the nice thing is, if it's still something you want to see, they'll kind of show you, here's the formula. Now, notice they're putting a number in for x, so that's why they put this a there. So they wanted you to put -7 in. They could have asked you to put 3 in or 2 in, or even like something like pi in, and then minus the original function with that same number in over h. What I like here is they don't want you to simplify because it's enough work just to type it in. So hopefully this video helps with that particular type of question.